Let me check. We are. Let me see if this is solved, but I don't think so. Let me do my magic. Allow embedding. Save. Let's go back. Excellent. I think we are going. Let me check if everything is okay on X. Let me see if everything is correct so we can go live. Yes, everything is okay. Everything is correct. And we are live. Hello, this is the Bitcoin Libertarian. And here I am with Gemmy as every week. Today we are on Wednesday, but we come here to discuss many things that have been happening. How are you doing, Gemmy?
I'm doing great. I had a nice little break during the weekend. I had so much fun because I hosted the crypto yacht party. It's my first time hosting such thing. I invited a bunch of close friends inside Crypto Circle, and yeah, I invited you as well, Fernando. But too bad you weren't free, so we'll do
No,
it next time.
I was super busy this weekend, and I'm gonna be super busy this weekend too. So yeah, but next time for sure. The point is that sometimes when I have to do an arrangement, I need to plan in advance for probably 1 month. So you let me know like in the same week. That for me was very difficult. So if next time if we plan in advance, is amazing. And one of the things that I listened to this week was that in one show they are starting to do some tests with the flying cars, the drone cars. I don't know if you listen to something.
What do you mean flying cars?
Well, Xpeng, the Chinese car manufacturer, they had a prototype that is like a drone, but it's a car that flies. So I heard that they are going to start testing the flying cars in one show. So if you can research something, and probably we can shoot a video with the flying cars. If you are in, it's gonna be amazing. So, but let's stop talking about other things. We are here to talk about Bitcoin and all the things that are surrounding the space. We are gonna have some news in a few hours because Jerome Powell is gonna finally talk about something that we've been talking for so long, that is the rate cuts. What do you think about that, Jamie?
Well, I honestly I have no idea. It's more like 50-50. But if you go to Fat Watch, like more than 90% of people are saying that there will be a 25 basis point cut. I'm more leaning towards the 50 points basis cut because it's necessary. Like, okay, people when they hear that, okay, Jamie, because you are a Bitcoin holder, so of course you will be leaning towards the 50 basis point cut. But like it's not only about that, I promise you. It's not because I'm a back holder, but if you go to the Fed fund rate, we are actually higher than the 2 year treasury yield. So it's necessary and there is room for the Fed to cut more rates. There is like a 0.8% difference between the 2 year treasury yield and also the Fed fund rate. So even if we do like a 0.5% reduction, it's still not enough. And I remember we talked about this in our previous live stream on the Bitcoin Libertarian. So I was showing the job market. The job market is showing weakness, and there are 4 consecutive months of like less than 100,000 jobs being added per month. So that is also early sign of recession. So rate cuts are not only necessary, but it could actually prevent us actually landing or getting a recession, I would say.
Yes, some analysts. I'm a big fan follower of the Anthony Pompliano show, I don't watch too many people online, but I always watch Anthony Pompliano. I always watch James from Invest Answers. And there is a special guy who is with Pompliano that I follow him, and I sometimes I agree 100% with him, that is Jordi Visser. And he says that the recession is not going to happen. It's not happening. There is not even danger, risk of a recession in the United States. But again, yes, I think that the rate cuts are they're gonna this is gonna be today some kind of rate cut, probably 25-point basis. You think that 50 is possible today? Because when I see the probabilities, probably like 90% says that 25-point bases are going to be cut, but some people say 50 basic points are going to be cut. What do you think about that?
I honestly I have no idea, but since the majority of people think that we're gonna get 25 basis point, maybe I don't know, because Jerome Powell, it has been like he is quite conservative. He has been saying that a lot. Like if it wasn't for the tariffs, he would have cut rate like months ago. And we what we're seeing right now is that CPI is slowly ticking up. We are sitting at 2.9%. PPI is a little bit better. PPI is the leading indicator. So I don't know, like things are looking 50-50 to me. I really can't say. As you mentioned, like the result's going to come out in a few hours, but like if we get 25 basis point, my speculation is that the market would be neutral and then we're going to have a dip. That's my speculation, because most of that has been priced in. 90 something percent of the population already expect a 25 basis point, so there isn't much reason for the market to pump. But on the other hand, if it's a 50 basis point, then the market gonna I'm sure that's gonna send the market on a major rally, and maybe send Bitcoin to the next resistance of 119K or 120K.
Yes, interesting, interesting. I think that something will happen, even with a minimum rate cut. Something will happen. Let's see. Tomorrow, when I wake up, I will check what happened with the rates, and I will check as every day. I check my portfolio and see how are the prices in Futu. So I will check tomorrow, and let's see if it's good or if it's bad. But I think that it's gonna be a rate cut, and let's see how the market reacts. Also, I wanted to talk again. This is I don't know if you have anything else to add, but I think that we've been talking about this for so long. Now it's a moment to sit and wait what is going to happen and see how the market reacts.
Yeah, I will agree to that. Again, things are still uncertain. Like when I do TA, I'm looking at two scenarios. So either 25 basis point, I'm expecting a dip, or 50 basis point, I expect that it will reach 100 and like 119 or 120K. Because when I do live stream on Roxham TV or Gemini Crypto, I like to do like technical analysis first, and 119 seems to be a critical level that Bitcoin found resistant. And not only that, like if on the weekly chart, like Bitcoin never managed to really close about 119 or between 119 to 120. So hopefully, like if I'm saying if we get 50 basis point, hopefully like we could manage to stay above and actually find new all-time high. But from a technical standpoint, like September has always been a weak month for Bitcoin history. Like August is interesting because August also has been a weak month for Bitcoin. What we saw is that there's like a dip in August, like a -6%. But August is interesting because we also saw a new high. Like we reached like 124K for Bitcoin, new all-time high. But we also have a low, like we end up with a dip. So September, like things are still uncertain. Obviously, we still have to see what the FOMC meeting, what's the result going to be, and then we can take it from there.
Yes, I will talk about, because one day I would love that in our stream you can show some technical analysis, because I'm more from, that I'm from the other side. I like to study mathematics, statistics, regression. We are more from the science based stuff, and we are not too into the technical analysis. But I always watch your stream at the office when you are streaming for Roxom or for Gengen
Thank you.
Crypto, and I try to understand. And I suggest, guys, go and watch the streaming from Gemmy. So also one of the things that is happening, again, all together, probably people saw the all-time high in August, then the retraction at up to 104, something like that, and people was in fear. All these movements, people get fear. But on the other side, there is the data that says you don't have to be scared. You don't have to be scared. Many people say, no, we are reaching the top of this cycle. Now it's going to be a retraction to 75, 80. We are not even close, in my opinion, to the top. And one of the things that that shows that is what are doing the big guys, not us that we stake satoshis. The people that come from with money and buys a lot of Bitcoin. And last week, ETFs had the best week, the strongest inflows since July, and is pushing the holdings of ETF as new heights. So these are signals. These people, they have more information than the information that we have here. They know inside information. So, and they are buying like there is no tomorrow. Sailor, the companies are buying like there is no tomorrow. So I don't know why retail has this bearish sentiment, but what do you think about that?
Well, like you say, I look at the charts every single day, and most of the indicators are telling us that the top is not in. Because in September we saw like a low, maybe like 106k, and then people were so panic. But like, whether you are a believer of the Bitcoin 4 year cycle or not, because like, I know you, Fernando, you think the 4 year cycle is no longer relevant. I think otherwise. I think it's still intact, because everything is still aligned. Like, when I look at the graphs, everything is still following the 4 year cycle pattern. I couldn't stress this enough. Like, I'll be extremely happy if the 4 year cycle is no longer relevant. Either way, I'm okay. Like, I'm set in stone either way. But like, if you tell me the 4 year cycle has been broken, like, I'll be more than happy to see bull market like stretch for a few more months. But like, looks like, I don't know. We'll know in 2026 whether which thesis is still in place, right? But like, either way, if you believe a 4 year cycle or not, the top still telling us like the cycle top is not in. Like, I like to use the 200-week moving average a lot. How further we are from like the 200-week moving average price, which is about 53,000. And then right now we are sitting at like 116k, something like that. So usually, like in a bull market, we'll go like 200% away from the 200-week moving average. Like, right now, we are nowhere close. If you use that metric, that will bring us like to 160k for Bitcoin price. Like, if you look at the chart, like, we still have so much room to grow. And if we
Excuse me 1 second. Do you have any chart if you can share with us, or is you need to open the charts and all the things? Otherwise, we can do another episode.
I could, but wait. I have never shared my screen here, but like, okay.
There is a button that says share that has an arrow. It's a square with an arrow.
One sec. Give me a moment. Okay, there you go.
Yes, excellent.
Okay, so if we pull out, okay, let me pull out the 200-week moving average. So guys, just focus on the red line. Right now for the 200-week moving average, we are sitting at 53K, roughly around that. Like I drew so many blue lines here. The reason why I did this is that to tell me like how further we grow apart, like the difference between the 200-week to the current price. So the first line that I drew is around like 79 or 80K. So that means that there is like a 50% appreciation, like 50% premium from the 200-week moving average. So that's the first region. This region, that means we are extremely, extremely cheap. If you see Bitcoin goes to this region ever again, like you don't have to panic, just like ape in and you'll be good for the rest of your life. And then the second region is that we are like 100% away, like 100% premium away from the 200-week moving average. Things are a little expensive, but still undervalued. The third region is that, okay, Bitcoin is no longer cheap, but we are not practically in a frothy region. And then the last region, which I put it here, is 160K. That will be like a 200% appreciation, like 200 premium difference between the 200-week moving average to the price that we're expecting. Like if we get close to like 133 to 161, this is the expensive region that, okay, if we get to this area, maybe it's a good time to take a little bit of profit off the table. I still believe that the 4-year cycle is intact. So if I see Bitcoin's reaching this area, and especially in 2025, like this year end, because like Q4 tends to be the cycle top, then I will take a little bit profit off the table. But of course, I'm not going to sell the entire bag of Bitcoin. But like as I mentioned, we are sitting at 116. So there is like still, okay, if we take the top of the so-called a little expensive region, that'll be 133. They're still like at least 14% away from the current price. So that means we are nowhere close. And not to mention the frothy region of like between 133 to 161, there is still another like 40% or something. So right now I'm not concerned at all. Like the chart, everything is in line. I still also believe in the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. So yeah, I don't know why people are panic, and there's no reason to stress about
No,
Bitcoin being in the top.
totally agree on that. And I am talking about the 4-year cycle. I have a lot of different positions from different people, even from people that do the data analysis based on the charts, the technical analysis, and a lot of people that I follow that they do mathematics and they analyze with statistic and all the stuff. The biggest one of the guys that I hosted in my podcast that I suggest to go and watch the video, because it's amazing the explanation that he does with the power law, and follow him, that is One Base Economics, is Matthew Mesinski from Porkopolis. He said that everything shows that the 4-year cycle can be stopped. We can like probably we are not going to have any more the 4-year cycle, but we need to wait until the data invalidates the 4-year cycle. So the 4-year cycle always happened. So we are nobody to say this is not going to happen now. All the data shows that there is a high probability that the 4-year cycle don't happen, but we need to verify with the reality. Probably it happened. So, and I want to say, add from my Bitcoin Maxi perspective, is at 116, 116, 150, 200, Bitcoin is still cheap. Bitcoin is still cheap because it's going to go up forever. Of course, if you try to analyze, that is something that I don't like for trading, for the trading position. Of course, you can talk with cheap or expensive, but if you see Bitcoin the same way that I see, like the most precious and the best asset ever created for that we ever had, if you hold and wait, uh, we are super cheap. When Bitcoin reach 1 million, 5 million, you are not gonna care if you bought at 160, 200, or 500k US dollars. But that's my take. That's my maxi way to speak. That's the way that I see Bitcoin. I was never good at trading, so that's probably is my frustration. That's why I don't look the charts, but it's interesting. And recapping about the ETF, I want to read this that records strongest inflows, and last week the net inflows from the Bitcoin ETF were 20,685 BTC only last week. The stronger weekly intake since July 22, and now together all the ETFs combined they hold 1.32 million BTC, surpassing the previous peak on July 30. So I think that again, we are not even close to the top. There is nothing to be, no evidence to be bearish or be like disenchanted. I think we have a long way to go, and I will share some data at the end. But now let's move to the other topic. I don't know if you want to add something related to this, Jemmy.
Uh, uh, I think that's all I want to talk about.
Excellent, excellent. And also we had PayPal. PayPal is something that I don't like, but I use it. PayPal seems to be allowing uh, users to send peer-to-peer payments using Bitcoin and crypto. So they will be soon integrated into PayPal new P2P payment flow inside the app, and this will make more convenient for PayPal users in the US. They will be able to send Bitcoin, Ethereum, PYUSD, and more to PayPal, Venmo, as well as a rapid growing number of digital wallets across the world that support crypto and stable coins. What is your take about this news, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking what I saw. I'm extremely bullish because like PayPal has actually been crypto friendly since 2020. So they are a pioneer, I would say. However, since that we're in Hong Kong, the PayPal crypto feature is actually not available in our region. So until now, I still haven't tested out the like crypto availability within PayPal, the app directly. But I know folks in the US, in the UK, or in Europe, you guys have the opportunity to test out. So, like, I really appreciate to like if you guys just type in the live chat, like, what's the experience like? But what's new in the P2P announcement is that okay, apparently PayPal they introduced PayPal link, so you can actually send out your link send out your link to your pal, to your friend, and you can send out crypto, and they have the choice to whether keep it as crypto as it is, or they can change it to fiat. That's PayPal link. Is rolling out in the US first, and I believe it's going to slowly roll out in the UK and also in Europe.
Yes, I think that the here in Hong Kong there are a lot of things that because of the regulations we cannot use. But again, all these things are, even though it's nothing related with price, it's nothing related with a big company buying Bitcoin, but all these this news are super bullish for Bitcoin because it allows more people to use. And as I always said, when the ultra maxis, because there is people that is more maxi than me, and they say that all these things are shit coins and they don't like this, but all these things are really good for adoption. So everyone who has a PayPal, and apparently you will be able to send from PayPal to any wallet. So that's amazing. And I'm sure that if you are in one of these jurisdictions, you can buy crypto inside PayPal. And so that's the way I can say to my friend, okay, send me a PayPal, send me Bitcoin to my wallet. But he doesn't use Bitcoin. Okay, use PayPal. Buy with your credit card and send me the Bitcoin to my wallet. And this is great because, again, making people use the technology is the best way to orange peel. So I'm showing that they can send money with less fees, with less problems, in an easy way. Is a good way to orange peel people. So that's the thing. I still use PayPal because we have some employees abroad that they receive they work with PayPal, but I don't put money inside PayPal. I don't like to put money inside PayPal. Just use the credit card to send the payments because I have some experience in the past of PayPal freezing your account and having to send a lot of documentation to release the payment. I don't like PayPal, so I suggest okay, you can use to transfer Bitcoin or crypto or whatever, but never put money or even worse, Bitcoin inside your PayPal wallet.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I never get to experience my PayPal being frozen. But I personally, I don't like using PayPal is because the exchange rate sucks. Like they like to promote the idea the transaction fee is extremely low in PayPal, but like to me it sounds like a scam, especially when I'm in Hong Kong and if I'm dealing with USD, like other forms of currencies, and usually projects abroad like to use PayPal, but when I receive USD, they okay, maybe there isn't any transaction fee if I want to send it to my bank account, let's say, but the exchange rates like they would charge like more than 5%, like sometimes 10%. So that's how PayPal makes most money. So like in Hong Kong, I really don't see the point of using PayPal, but like US, I know American citizens have been using PayPal and they're used to it. So if they're already dealing with USD, I think that makes a lot of sense for them.
Yes, yes, agree on that. But again, I like to see more companies and more technology making easier and simple to use Bitcoin for transfer money. So let's move to the last thing that I want to show, and is this. I have the data because we were speaking with Gemmy about the monthly returns of Bitcoin. That of course we have usually we have the first quarter, it's decent, then we have the second quarter with June. These are historical data. July, then August is probably break even, and September is always, people say, is always a very bad month. But this month was different. We recovered the losses that we had in the last weeks of August, and we are going high. But let me show you another thing. If we go to see weekly, September, usually the worst scenario historically for Bitcoin are the first 2 weeks of September. See, the first week of September is, I think, is one of the worst of the year, together with the second week of January. So in average. So the first week of September is 2.57 losses in average in history. Then the second is shows a recover, and then the third and the fourth week of September are usually green weeks. So what we can see is probably the worst of September is over. We had a very good. I don't want to see very good, but we have good. The first 2 weeks, Bitcoin recovered, didn't went low than August, and probably now with the rate cuts and showing that history shows that the last 2 weeks of September are much better than the two previous, probably we can say that we can have a Bitcoin even higher in price, probably close to the all-time high, probably reaching a new all-time high, who knows, and getting ready for October, November, and December. That's the take that I wanted to add, because this is data that we use to analyze. We have a lot of data that we use to analyze the Bitcoin patterns, the Bitcoin data to make better decisions. But again, September seems to be the worst month for Bitcoin and for crypto. But if we go inside September, are the two first weeks. So now I think that we are going to be in the green zone of September. Together with the rate cuts, we can see a Bitcoin price going higher, and let's see if we can reach another all-time high. What do you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised because I didn't zoom close enough to see the weekly return in September. Maybe I should really do that. But yeah, because like uh I think like I personally I think September has always been like a consolidation period. The fact that we have like a positive 7% return in September, it was really good and it was really impressive. Um, Usually we tend not to print a new all-time high, but at the same time, like we don't crash to a new low in September. So again, all eyes on the Fed. No one has a crystal ball. No one knows what the Fed gonna do. Let's finger cross and hope that we're gonna get a 50 basis point cut. And yeah, we'll see. We'll take it from them.
Let's see that, and if not, again, you need to believe in Bitcoin and see that it's going to go up forever. All these things are just for short-term decisions. But if you buy and hold, and this is not financial advice, but if you buy and hold at least for 4 years, if we take the story and the 4 year cycle, you're going to be in profit. It's impossible. No one that hold Bitcoin for 4 years or more lose money. So that's the take. But let's see what happens tonight. Let's see if they cut rates, and in how many base points they are gonna cut. Jimmy, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, no, probably that's it.
That's it. I think we covered a lot. Now it's time to wait. And again, Jimmy, thank you very much. And how is your social media, and how people can watch your stream every afternoon in Hong Kong?
Yeah, so I'm doing a live stream on Monday to Friday, 4 a.m. Eastern time, because I'm in Hong Kong, so that will mean 4 p.m. Hong Kong time for me. You can see my live stream on both Roxham TV and also on Jam Jam Crypto YouTube, my own YouTube channel. If you want more regular updates from me, make sure to follow me on Twitter and also on Instagram. So my Instagram handle is JamJamCrypto. However, on Twitter it's a little bit different. So it's JamJamCrypto_IO. Make sure you put underscore, otherwise you'll get a hacker DM. So make sure you put that underscore.
Yes, if don't follow anymore Gem Crypto on X, because he's the hacker. If you can, please report the profile. Don't follow the profile, and if the profile send you a message, don't answer, because for sure is a scam. Very good. Okay, Jimmy, excellent. And by the way, are you gonna start in the Roxham studio?
I have no idea because like I looked at the videos of the Hong Kong studio on Monday and it was empty. It was still empty. It was very like got some stuff, but it's very scattered. So looks like it won't be ready till the end of September, but we will see.
Okay, okay. I will for sure pay a visit to the Hong Kong studios of Roxham, and a big rating to the people of Roxxon. They are doing a great job, and let's see if from here we can make the platform bigger and bigger. So, Jamie, again, thank you very much for your time, and see you next week.
Okay, see you next week.
And thank you very much to everyone who is on the other side. If you like the episode, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. Our X is the Bitcoin double underscore. Our YouTube channel in English is Libertarian BTC. Our YouTube channel in Spanish, Libertarian BTC ESP. Our Instagram, the Bitcoin Libertarian. Our Patreon, the Bitcoin Libertarian. And our Twitch, the Bitcoin Libertarian. We have more social media, but if you go inside our main social media, you're going to be able to follow us. Share this episode with the people you love. Share this episode with the people you hate, because we must reach 8 billion people to use Bitcoin. Stay humble, stack sats, and remember, we are all Satoshi.